Thanks for joining us for another Virtual Football Clinic presentation. If you enjoy these videos, be sure to hit the like button on the video and subscribe to the channel. That way we know we're putting out all the great free content that you're looking for to become a better coach.
All right, let's talk about preparation. Now, this is one of the biggest things for me. Obviously, it ties in with effort, ties in with the tackling, consistent creating turnovers. But if you're not prepared for a game, you're not going to be good on defense. All right, situational. Bottom picture there to the right, we lost a game. If you can look at the score, we were up by 11 points with 1:40 left, and we lost. Okay, we were not prepared for the situation. They were throwing digs behind our linebackers. We were not in good position in our cut and carry when they're taking chunk plays. We're not doing our jobs, okay? And that's on me and my staff as coaches, that I did not prepare our players well enough for that situation in that game, okay? So I've learned a lot from that situation, and that's something now that I'm going to focus a hell of a lot more on, and just showing them the different situations that can occur in a football game and how you have to play the different situations. So that's preparation to me. Every week in practice, make sure that you focus on the different situations that your players might be in games. Your call is your call, and what the opponent doing is what the opponent is doing. But they need to know when to keep a player in bounds. They need to know when to drive checkdowns and when not to. Those are just some little examples of how to be better on defense. All right. Self. They need to execute their assignments, so you need to rep it. You need to not have too much in. Great preparation cannot be achieved, and great knowledge of your game plan cannot be achieved if you have too much in. So defensive coordinators out there, do not put too much in. If you can barely memorize everything and you got to carry out your sheet to know who blitzes where and what and when, then there's too much shit in. So don't do it. Make your players, have your players, give them the ability to play fast because you don't have too much in. All right. So that's self-preparation. Achieve it through walkthrough, through meetings, through extra time. Put up cut-ups on their iPads. Film your meetings. Do all the stuff you can to make them be able to play fast and have success on the football field. All right, opponents. Okay, the best players I've ever coached knew their opponents inside and out. Some examples: Alex Singleton, John Cornish, those kind of guys. They studied at home a ton about their opponents. Now, formations. What do they do? When do they do it? Down and distance, field zone, tendencies. Okay? That will help them if your players are able to learn it and will study it. Make sure you share that information with them. What do they do in the red zone by this formation or by this personnel grouping? What do they do on second and medium? We'll talk about that a little bit later. What do they do on second and medium out of rebel personnel or 5R, whatever you want to call it? What do they do? Prepare your players for what they're going to do and make sure they have the available cut-ups to watch the stuff themselves and create notes and do all that stuff for themselves, okay? And then re-go through and walk through. Bring the sticks out to walk through. Show them second and medium. Show them formation. Repetition, repetition, repetition. Make sure they see situations. Make sure they know their assignments, and make sure they know their opponents, and you will have a lot more success as a defense.